What's going on, champs and champions? It's Fire Monkey here, and even though we are currently in Chapter 5, Season 1 of Fortnite, we are not actually going to be talking about the current Battle Pass or anything like that for today's YouTube video. Instead, we're going to be talking about the concept art for Chapter 4, Season 4 being Fortnite Last Resort, because at the end of all the different concept art images, there was something very interesting that a lot of people actually noticed. So in these images here, we have a pretty decent design actually going on that shows the whole entire main Kato Thorn building. You can see how we have this little synthetic waterfall type of thing going on. You can see a different variant of that waterfall right here. Both of these buildings pretty much have a lot of similarities to them, just how the way the water kind of shows up here is the main difference. I mean, if you look over here as well, we have a miniature waterfall going on over there. If we look over at this one, we don't have this little bit of a ledge thing that have a window going on, whereas over in this one we do have that there, and a lot of little things like that, right? But it's been pretty interesting to see this actual concept art version of the game and see how things have actually evolved over time. And as we continue going on, we can see how they've actually worked on some of the interior buildings, some things being actual models being done, some things being some drawn examples and whatnot. And it is really cool to see how stuff if I move my webcam, for example, the actual crescent shaped moon thing or whatever else is quite literally a croissant. That's what it's based on or whatever. That's what the design is. It's not based on an eclipse or whatever, even though it is an eclipse. It is based on a croissant for some apparent reason. Or maybe it's the other way around, where they're croissants the same shape, so let's go ahead and make that a food item in the cafe or whatever inside of the main little buildings. Whatever the reason, they're related. Eclipses, croissants, basically the exact same thing. As we go down here, we can see more of the different designs, differences between a hotel or a resort type of theming, similar little structures down on the ground, similar to actual placements of builds and everything else. Just the actual interior design is slightly altered between the two. We have some things that kind of show how the different hallways would be for a hotel, a resort, and a layer variant, with different wood designs, different coloring, all that type of stuff going on. And it is really interesting to see how this stuff's kind of been developed over time to even showcase what it would be in lockdown mode, for example, as you're running through the entire interior of the building to help build the building pieces for the main game itself and for the main structures itself. However, the most important thing here is that for some reason in the concept art thumbnail image, it says Chapter 4 Season 3, despite the fact that Fortnite Last Resort was Chapter 4 Season 4. And the reason why that's interesting, you may think it's just a typo or something out of the first hand or whatever, and that could be the case, but the main reason why it's interesting is because we had leaks all the way back in September of 2023. This one's from Egyptian Fortnite leaker right here, which mentioned that according to the actual game files and everything, the Last Resort was supposed to happen in Chapter 4 Season 2, but got delayed, meaning that it was originally supposed to be Chapter 4 Season 2, got delayed based on leaks. This one shows that apparently it was supposed to also be Chapter 4 Season 3, got delayed based on whatever else was going on there, and then we ended up getting it as Chapter 4 Season 4 instead of it being, Season 3 or 2, and I just think it's very interesting to see this thing that could potentially be a typo being in here in the middle of an area where it was the main season. People speculated to not even be in the proper place, with people speculating it to be Chapter 4 Season 2 originally. I mean, even during the earlier chapters of Chapter 4, I guess earlier seasons, we had the most wanted live event that actually went down, where you were able to actually earn some free rewards, and it had a whole entire theme regarding infamacy, heisting, all that type of stuff. Meanwhile, all of the most wanted theme stuff didn't really make too much sense for the time period it was in, especially since the next season right after went directly into a wild jungle theme thing, which makes a lot of people wonder if all these delays and stuff kind of coincide with the most wanted event that happened, because of the fact that originally it was supposed to take place during a time when we had the Fortnite Last Resort season going on, aka the whole entire eclipse theme. And I definitely think it would make a lot more sense to have had the most wanted event as a build up to the Last Resort season, and it ended up just having a lot of schedules changed here and there to the point where they went ahead and just released this event before they ended up releasing the actual season itself. So I thought I'd make a quick little video here just kind of talking about the concept art and everything and seeing what you guys think about it as well. However, I guess as a little bit of a bonus, if we go over to my Twitter account, we can go ahead and see the concept art of the train for Chapter 5 Season 1. So if you're curious about how the train was originally going to work, you can see it right here, where originally it was going to actually have doors that opened on proximity, allowing you to be inside the interior of the train with it fully closed up, instead of what we have now where it's mainly, just some open little cargo slots there for you to actually hop in there. But it is interesting to see how the front of the train, with the little bump and everything, is still considered to be a cow catcher, which used to be a vehicle modification for our normal normal cars and stuff on the island. However, this is like a banged up version that has been souped up for the train itself, so it's pretty cool to see all of that. But I thought I would go ahead and show you guys the concept art and everything, and until next time, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.